Eu acho que estamos em live, vamos aguardar mais um pouco e hoje vamos iniciar em português mesmo porque está o Humberto e estou eu, então vai ser em português mesmo a introdução. Deixa eu ver se carregou aqui. Sim. Boa noite, pessoal. Boa noite, Humberto, pessoal que nos segue aqui no YouTube. Estamos aqui com o meu amigo Humberto para uma conversação, uma nova conversação em inglês, aqui na nossa comunidade que está apenas começando. Seria a nossa terceira conversação em inglês do ano, desde que nos iniciamos. E somente para dar um pequeno resumo de como funcionam essas conversações na comunidade, não são aulas de inglês, tá? É uma conversação natural, tentamos fazer uma conversação real e aqui não vamos ensinar regras gramaticais, estamos somente tipo para bater um papo e utilizar todo o conhecimento de inglês que nós já temos atualmente. Obviamente, nós precisamos falar de um tema específico, então, para as pessoas que fazem a inscrição, eu envio as perguntas pelo e-mail, também aí um vocabulário que pode ser muito útil para você utilizar, e também vídeos do YouTube ou diferentes outros recursos para você também, tipo, se preparar para participar dessas conversações. E seria isso, em resumo. Normalmente vamos fazer a introdução em um idioma, pode ser em português, inglês, dependendo a quantidade de pessoas que estejam conectadas. Neste caso, é o meu amigo Humberto, que mora aqui no Brasil, então vamos fazer essa introdução em português. E já finalizando essa parte, normalmente nos iniciamos com a introdução pessoal, e já para essa parte nós já mudamos pro idioma que queremos praticar, que nesse caso vai ser o inglês. Então, let's switch to English. So, Humberto, please, could you please introduce yourself to us?
Okay, my name is Humberto. I work with IT. Uh, I have two kids. Um, I have two kids. I'm 31 years old. I work with IT almost 10 years. And that's it about me today. And about you, Christian.
So, my name is Christian Jimenez, for those who don't know me. I am from Bolivia, actually. I have been living here in Brazil for almost 3 years. I moved here because of my job. As Humberto, I work in IT area and I've been working in that field for almost 12 years. I have no kids yet. However, I am married. I like to play volleyball when I have the chance. I love learning new languages, as a matter of fact. That's why I created, I created this community that we call This is Unbelievable. Let me see what else. What else? I am 37 years old, and I live here in Brazil. I believe that's it a little bit about me. So the last time we were talking about the language learning, why we started learning English and things related to our English learning journey. However, today I decided to do something different. As I knew that you were the only one who got subscribed to this conversation, I decided to talk about something that is current nowadays, that is the using of AI. As we work in IT area, I believe that we have to be into it, and we have I don't know if a lot of acknowledge, but at least some acknowledge about it. So it will be so interesting to know about how we use normally AI, or how we are currently using, or perhaps how we are thinking about to use in the future. So let's move on to the question number one. So Umberto, what are the most common ways AI is used in your daily lives today?
Yeah, despite I work with IT, today I don't use so much AI. I use more for scribe to type my documentations about my code, but I want to learn more because I think it's get better our code, and we can code more faster, and That's it. I think it's so important today. We have the AI in almost everything today in HEI area. And about you, Christian, you use it a lot? Or
So it's really interesting because I don't use that much like directly for my work. I know that there are a lot of software developers who are getting used to use AI for creating or giving like code examples. However, I don't like to do that yet because I already have some I have issues with that because AI obviously will give you an result or an example, but sometimes the code that is written is not that good. So I believe that I believe it's a good practice not get so used to use AI for working directly or for copy that code and pasting that code in your project. So I work firstly, I am currently using that more for my learning and studying as I am preparing myself for proficiency tests in English, I normally write essays or paragraph, sorry, and I sent the piece of paragraph to the AI to like correct my grammar mistakes or perhaps give me different sort of vocabulary that I could use for like reach and C1 or B2 level. And I believe that it's for me nowadays more useful use it in that way. However, in my current company, they paid for us for I'm working as a leader nowadays as a leader of a project, so they paid the license of what was the name, GitHub Copilot. The have you heard about it?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, GitHub Copilot, and it's like ChatGPT but for software developers.
yeah,
You ask
yeah,
question about code, and this brings like more accurate answers. It's a good one, but obviously you have to pay for it.
yeah.
And I have been using so much since I went on vacation. I stopped working using it, but nowadays I retaking that practice that is using. GitHub Copilot. I found it so interesting, and GitHub Copilot gives you more accurate code than or different options or good theoretical explanation about what it is doing, why it wrote like a piece of code. So that's why I liked GitHub Copilot, but obviously you have to pay for it. Yeah,
Uh,
that's the way that nowadays I live. I forgot what I wanted to say, but I use AI in my daily basis. Do you want to say
yeah.
something?
For me, I like I said before, I have a terminal in my Linux, and they help me with the documentation. I ask uh, read my code and describe this in a documentation, and this the AI give it for me. It's so good because I I I think write a documentation sometimes is boring for me, but we need to give for another documentation because the documentation make part of the product code product. It's important, and that AI make this for me. I like this. It's good.
Yeah, documented code is like something automatic, so or something that follows patterns. So I believe that there is no problem to use AI for that. So it's not gonna add something like wrong, something like. I think it's a good one using AI
Yeah,
for documenting your code, and I totally agree with you. Is the boringest part
yeah,
of working of writing your code. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
exactly.
believe the last thing that we as software developers do when we are writing our code or projects.
Yeah, this terminal is amazing.
So
They read. my code and write a good
Mhm.
documentation. I change a little things, but
Mhm.
it's so good. This
Is it free?
okay. Uh, there are 1,000 credits, but you
Ah,
spend this in almost um, 1 week.
oh,
But
got
you
it.
can pay for
So,
more credits.
got it. Thank you so much, Umberto. Let's move on to the question number two. Uh, so, Umberto, how has AI improved the way we work or you work and you communicate? What do you think about it?
Mm, in my work, I think it helped me because sometimes I think you can search uh, some documentation more fast in chat GPT because they bring it to us how I can say this, they bring many resources in the same uh, um, in the same uh, text. It's good uh, for starting for something, but in after this you can search more the things more easy. You know about the big picture, and that's good for me.
Mhm.
For communication, I start to learn English with ChatGPT. It's good, but I stop because I have many work in this time in my job, but I will return.
So about communication, as you said, I am currently working. I currently using ChatGPT as well for enhance my English level, as well as my French level. As a matter of fact, I started participating in French immersions in the other platform. I am not mentioned this one, so I had to find different ways to practice French because finding people who speak French in like in my at least in my context in my
Yeah,
circle of friends, for example, it's kind of difficult. The most of them just have some knowledge of English, or some of them speak English. So I have been using ChatGPT for that. I know that you can speak directly with ChatGPT like a robot over there responding with a voice, but for that feature you need to pay some a bunch of money. I don't know how much, but I am currently like using the feature that you can record your voice and it's gonna translate the thing that you are saying. And it's a good practice because at least I have a clue that ChatGPT is understanding the ways that I'm saying in French. So I have never used that in English. I think that I don't need to do that because I have a lot of practice in French, in English, sorry, in this kind of immersion, for example, and as well in my church or with some friends, even with some relatives. But with French, yeah, I have been using it that way. About communication is that, and about work, I believe that I already mentioned that some ways I am currently using. Sometimes I ask, well, there are a lot of times that I ask different kind of concept to GitHub Copilot, and it brings me a lot of examples and as well different ways that I could resolve some issues in like a more efficient way. And another thing about work with AI, I use as well sometimes ChatGPT. For example, the GitHub Copilot I'm currently using, it brings me examples in .NET, that is a technology. I
yeah,
believe that if I ask something related for about something really like different. I don't know, Angular, for example. It is not gonna give me some examples. So for those other things, I go to ChatGPT and I use it like Stack Overflow because I
Yeah,
believe that software developers replace Stack Overflow by ChatGPT because ChatGPT brings the same answers that is in Stack Overflow. So you have all of that in just one place. So that's why I know I sometimes I asked about that perhaps question that they have about a technology, a piece of code, and all of that things. And that's the way that I'm currently using AI in my daily basis. So, would you want to add something, or we can pass to this question number three?
yeah, we can. I can read the next question.
Go ahead. Question number three.
Okay, what what are the biggest advantages of using AI in healthcare and medicine? Can you?
Sure. I was thinking about my response because I believe that there are pros and cons. Why? Because nowadays, with that resource, with that tool that is so powerful, and as a matter of fact, I read some articles about a woman, sorry, who found his. I believe that it was his son's the solution of his son's illness throughout ChatGPT. I read those news. I don't know when. I believe it was this year. But there is the other side that sometimes like people start like just asking to ChatGPT instead of like going to the doctor. And I believe that is a practice that is not something that happened with the advent of ChatGPT. It's something that already started is many years ago with the advent of internet that people prefer to ask to write the symptoms on Google or nowadays in ChatGPT and ask an accurate result. And sometimes
Yeah,
Google it tells you that you are gonna die in a couple of months, and so it's something
yeah,
that it's funny,
exactly.
So
I
yeah,
don't
I believe
know.
uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if
you
you
put some issue that you have. I don't know cancer in English. You have cancer.
uh
Oh,
cancer.
yeah,
It's cancer in English as well.
yeah,
Yeah, it happens many times. So yeah, I believe it's a con, for example,
yeah,
that people get used to use it in that way. But I believe that the process, the perhaps with the develop of the AI, this perhaps this kind of how can I say consultas in English? I forgot. Perhaps going to the doctor will be more accurate. Maybe perhaps
yeah,
the AI will develop like a good doctor, really a really accurate, precise doctor that will give you exact results about your symptoms. Obviously, it's impossible just with writing your symptoms. You have to do your analysis, your exams. But I believe that with time, it will be developed more. So yeah, I believe that that's my comment, my point of view. What do you think about it?
yeah. And let me see the question again. I lost the question.
Do you have
Okay, here. Okay, like you said, I think the internet and ChatGPT didn't replace the professional. I think in the future, I don't know, maybe, but today uh, didn't replace a professional. I think if you want to know about something like what foods less uh, have less, I forget the name. Let me see. it's less fat. I don't know. Uh, it's okay, but if you feel some problem or something, I think you need a professional. I think ChatGPT uh, don't replace this professional. Healthcare it's so important. Uh,
Totally agree. I believe that it's, as you said, I totally agree with that. I believe that ChatGPT won't never replace some kind of profession. But I want to add a question that is not here in our list about that, related to that.
yeah,
Do you think that AI in general will replace someday us as software developers? Do you think that it can happen? About doctors, I don't think so, or at least it's gonna take a long time. But in IT area, I believe that we need to we need to be aware about it. What do you think about it?
yeah. In the future, I don't know. I think the people can do almost everything. Maybe they can create a AI that replace that professional. But today, I think it's so far this idea because I don't know. I think every product have your I don't know this word in English. Um, your uh, each product have yours. I forget the word. Suas peculiaridades. But I think
Peculiarities?
how
I believe that is peculiarities. It's like the same.
peculiarities. Yeah,
Mhm.
almost the same. And I think today, I think the human can know these peculiarities, but today AI can do generic things. And about
Got
you,
it.
you think
It's a tricky question, to be honest. I believe that it will never replace software developers at all, but obviously it's gonna like do a lot of things that we currently do, but obviously it's gonna be a human being behind it. So
yeah,
instead of being afraid of it, we need to work with it. We need to learn about it, and it's what some or new software developers are doing. I believe that AI must be part of higher education in universities nowadays. And if I am not wrong, I believe this is a subject that is included in IT degrees from my view. So
yeah.
yeah, it's important to learn how to use it. So with that said, let's move on to the question number 4. Let's talk about AI in education and learning. So let's move on. I'm gonna read this one, okay?
Okay,
So how can AI be used to improve education and learning? What do you think about it, Umberto? Do you have any comments about it?
okay. In my point of view, AI can be used like internet. Uh, you can use AI like as a tool, but AI you can use for improve your learning. Uh, like you said before, you use for talk about something with AI because we don't have someone to talk with. But I think that in this way is so good. But in my case, when I want to write some code, I I I can ask for AI, but I need to know how this work. how I can do this without AI. It's important to know the main idea too.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's important to have a balance, not just like 100% of your study like produced by AI or work with AI. I believe that it had to be 50-50 or even more like doing by yourself than AI. And I understand that the AI will be, it's a tool. It's not like a whole. It's every like something that will resolve your problems. So
Yeah,
I believe that if we get dependent of that, it's something that it's gonna be detrimental for people and for society.
exactly.
For sure, it's gonna be like that because not everybody's aware of that. They say, yeah, okay, okay, it's AI is there and it's gonna make me pass my exam. It's make me finish my degree, my essay. It's gonna make me like get my degree, even in sometimes. But at the end
Yeah,
of the day, it will be like detrimental for them. So
yeah,
as I believe that I pointed out some negative ways of AI in education. I believe that as well is a powerful tool. It's a wonderful tool for education. I'm gonna talk about the language learning. I believe that AI it's a game-changing tool. You can learn whatever you want with that. Imagine if internet was like a powerful tool. Nowadays, internet plus AI is something amazing. I don't know how like the more brilliant people in the past had used it if they had the opportunity to learn by all of that technology in just one place because in the past people had to use to the library to like take one book, take one information from another book. Imagine how much time they had invested. I'm not going to use the word waste because they invested time, but I believe that they were even more intelligent than they were if they had this powerful resource. So I believe that we need to learn how to use it, and we have to take advantage of it. And yeah,
yeah,
in general, it's not just for language learning. I just brought one example to the table. I believe that for everything you can, whatever you want, with on internet and nowadays with AI, is
yeah,
easier than before. Do you have something
yeah.
else to add?
Yeah, I agree with you. I want to add one thing is train your brain on this because when I try to use Google Maps for
Mhm.
with some place, I don't know how to come back to my house because I only watch the cell phone. I didn't watch the path. It's important to use the. It's a example. It's important to use Google Maps, but to try to memorize the path for your home.
For sure. Yeah, it's a good example about Google Maps. It's not about AI directly, but I
Yeah,
believe that AI is for behind because when there is a traffic, like a lot of traffic, Google Maps or Waze in sometimes it gives you another option that you can save some time or you can like avoid that traffic, that
yeah,
embotellamiento. I don't know how to say that in English. So yeah, imagine how people used to do that before internet. It was like really crazy, really crazy. It's easy
yeah,
to get lost while you are driving. It's
yeah,
really stressing. So yeah, internet and AI is over there is in that point as well. Thank you so much for bringing out that example, Umberto. So let's move on to the question number. Let me see here. Question number 5. Do you want to learn that question?
I didn't understand. Can you repeat, please?
Could you read the question number 5, please?
Okay. In your opinion, Does AI help or hurt the job market? Why? What do you think about this question, Christian?
Mm, I don't know. I believe that it's 50-50, and from my view, it's a controversial one. In some cases, I believe it helps, and in some cases, I believe it hurts. I wanna bring a good example. Um, I always put I'm not sure if it's about AI or technology as a whole, but I believe that AI is over there as well nowadays. In music industry, for example, nowadays we have autotune. I'm not sure it's related to AI. However, I believe that nowadays a lot of musicians or singers, like famous singers, use a lot of these kind of tools. Um, they become famous with a voice that it's not theirs, you know. And when you go to the concert or when you hear their voices in a concert, you realize that we're using a lot of autotune. And with AI nowadays, you know, with AI you can reproduce voice, you can reproduce image, and this kind of tool will like evolve even more. And I believe that it can like harmful for the music industry. Perhaps not for the music industry because they are still famous. They like create or there are still sources of money for music industry, but as a music for the music in general or as a whole, it can be detrimental because there will be no more talents. On the other hand, there will be just people using technology for creating for being famous or for creating songs, good songs, or things like that. I believe this is a good example. What do you think about it, Humberto?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's, in my opinion, it's more good for industry. I think today the industry wants results. AI it's good for results. Uh, I agree with you. In my point of view, in the past we have more talents in singers talent, and my point of view in the past, I like to watch old movies like I don't know the the name in English, but I like old movies. Today, it's so hard to find a good movie. I need to spend a lot of time in Netflix, research for a good film, and I always watch old movies in Netflix. And that's it. I think for industry, it's good. Uh, the things are more fast. But for me, like a consumer, I prefer in the past when the people spend more time to make good things.
I couldn't agree more with you about movies, with Netflix as well. It's so tricky nowadays try to find a
Yeah,
good new movie, like
yeah,
a 2024, 2025 good movie, even with good actors or with actor who or actresses who performed really good movies
yeah,
before. Even with them, it's so tricky. It happened to me, and I'm not sure if that happens with you as well. I see like. Trailer of a movie and there are like two or three good actors and you say oh this gonna be a good movie, but when you start watching to this it's trash.
yeah,
and you
exactly.
feel and you feel like you wasted like 1 hour of your life like watching something
Yeah,
really bad.
exactly. Because this I always watch my favorite movies again and again because
Uh-huh.
I don't like to spend time find for movies, search for movies.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That was a really great example. Let's move on to the next question. I'm gonna skip the fifth one because we already mentioned something about that. About
Okay.
no, the sixth one, yeah, about AI replacing human beings in work in the work market. So
Yeah.
I believe that this the seventh one is like a little bit more interesting to give our insights. So, Umberto, what are some ethical concerns related to development of AI? What do you think?
I don't know.
It's a tricky
You,
one.
you, you cannot kill humans. It's important.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Skynet is, it's important. But today I don't know. I think it's important to don't I don't know this word again.
no problem. You can take your time to for finding it.
Okay, I think the people who scribe this, writing these LLMs, AI, at all, don't can hurt the people like with some words or I don't know. I don't know in English. Uh, Talk about xenophobic things.
Hmm.
Uh, I think it's important because I don't know Brazilian people's like to scribe or ask about something for AI. AI can respond some things that I think uh, uh, could hurt someone. I think it's important to pay attention in these responses.
Yeah. Don't turn against human beings. So don't forget for those who develop AI, don't forget to add the if you kill humans, you will kill as well. So don't
Yeah,
forget to add
it's
that piece of
important.
code.
Don't forget this, please.
I believe with that part of the ethical part, it's kind of impossible to do that because even though there are some regulations, there are even more some I didn't want to say institution, like specific areas who work for on this, who try to to try to organize everything and like don't let these kind of unethical things happen on internet. It's impossible because internet is like a
Yeah,
universe. You can find whatever you want, and even more with AI, it will be worst. So imagine nowadays there are a lot of scammers who are using AI for doing that. It's something unethical. They are using your image, they are using your voice
yeah,
to like just to scam people. So from my view, even though the government or some the regulator regulation, there exists some like regulation, strict regulation, it will be impossible as is in on internet. So yeah, that's my point of view. It's something like difficult to restrict or to regulate from my
yeah,
point of view.
yeah.
Let's move on to the next question. It was the ethical one, the seventh one. Should I? We already talked a little bit about regulation.
Mm.
Let me see here. The ninth one. AI ever become more into? This is a really interesting one. I'm gonna read the ninth one. Okay. Can AI ever become more intelligent than humans? What would be the consequences? What do you think about it, Umberto? Do you think that AI someday will like become smarter than us?
Yeah, I think it's AI. It's more intelligent than many people that I know, but every humans, I don't know. I think we need to improve ourselves too. We need to learn. I think today it's more hard to talk about uh, another people in my circle that want to talk about something important. I think the people don't take care with this, with politics or about technology. The people want to speak to talk only about uh, the last weekend or another things. I think I don't know. I think more intelligent. It's I think it's I don't know. I think the humans there are many people that want to learn. I, I don't know. It's a hard question. What do you think about this?
It's a difficult one. However, I am afraid I want to disagree with you. I don't believe AI is intelligent. It's more intelligent than many people, because from my point of view, every single human brain is something like unstoppable, something amazing. The only thing that is real that there are a lot of people who don't know or who don't use it in the right way. On the other
Yeah,
hand, AI it's like a machine that is trained, and it has all of the information just to like give you answer. A human being can do it, but that person has to do a lot of effort to do that, to have that information here like something fresh.
yeah,
And it's something that happens with the language learning process. Sometimes we believe that people who speak English really well or are polyglots, they are smarter than others, and it's not like that. We have the same abilities. We have the obviously there are some people who unfortunately uh, they are born with some difficulties. But for those like are in normal rate, we all have the same abilities. The only thing that is the difference that the person going back to the context of language learning, the person who speak English really well is just he or she practiced it a lot of more times than the other, or studied more than the other. Is the only difference. After
yeah,
that,
yeah,
yeah, I believe it's a good example. So, from my view, nowadays AI is not like smarter than us. It seems like that because of the reason that I explained it, and perhaps in the future it will be even more smarter, even smarter. So, but nowadays I don't think so. Because if it will be smarter than us, it would create another AI even more powerful. I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think exactly. There are many things of intelligence.
Yeah, yeah,
There are many kinds of intelligence.
yeah. That's it. Let me see what. Let's move on to the next question. Let me see the tenth one. How they impact privacy and data protection in today's world? Uh, it's like kind of tricky. Let me see if I can find another more interesting. Fight climate change in the protected environment. Okay, let's move on to the question number 30. How was experience? No, we already talked about it. Yeah, I believe that we can talk about the 10 one. We didn't mention it, some examples about it. So the question number 10. How does AI impact privacy and data protection in today's world? What do you think about it, Umberto? The question number 10.
Yeah, I think it impact a lot because I don't know the bad people can take get your image. And I already what about the people who get the voice and make uh, another words with the same voice. I don't know if I express my idea, but they call for the parents and 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 put the voice and ask for money for the people
Okay.
because they get the 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 daughter or something else, and the people get afraid and pay, but
Mhm.
didn't even the that person. I think it's important to pay attention with your image, with your voice in the internet, because today with AI you can make some videos, fake voice, fake image. It's a problem to know if
Yeah.
this news is fake or true, photo, video, voice.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I watched a video comparing how AI created, like, it was about what is the name of that actor who performed El Príncipe de Rap in Spanish, who performed Will Smith. There is
Ah,
a video about Will Smith that was created with AI. I believe it was 4 years ago, and it was really, really, really like something awful. It's really abstract, really weird.
yeah,
But they compared how the same video with that AI that was like 4 years ago, and the same video, the same idea, but created nowadays. I mean, it's impressive how is the difference and
yeah,
how realistic. Did you watch the video?
yeah. I don't remember if was with Will Smith, but I already watched the video about the AI videos in the past and with the
Hmm.
AI today. It's impressive. It's so different.
Hmm. Yeah, it's really realistic now. The new ones. Yeah. And about the question, the privacy, yeah, it's something that is gonna happen, unfortunately. And the scams that we already mentioned and you just mentioned it in your last answer, it's something that is currently is something that happens nowadays. And I don't know if you remember or if you have seen that there was a post on internet, on Instagram, on Facebook, in I believe that wherever about there was a trend about people like providing your photos to ChatGPT and convert it to like a manga style. I'm not sure if you
Yeah,
remember. And there was
remember.
a post about one guy who's saying, you are afraid about like government controlling your privacy or taking your information, and you are giving your photos to the AI.
Yeah.
Like like the guy was warning people to do that, and the
Yeah.
other guy took the picture of him
Yeah.
and sent to ChatGPT to do that picture. It was really funny. Did you watch that post?
Yeah. Yeah. I saw this post. The people give
Yeah, it
the
was.
photo, the ID, what they have, they want
Uh, yeah,
to
it was
share.
really, really funny. Yeah, but yeah, it's something real, unfortunately. And it's not just with AI. I believe that with nowadays there are a lot of the like I'm gonna say bad people who work for that for collect data and try to scam scam people or sell that data to others, like to send publicity, send whatever you can now hear on internet. So it's gonna be even worse with AI. Obviously, it's the there are those are the cons of having like a powerful tool for everybody. And they will be, and there are a lot of smart people who are using that for like using it negatively for impact people negatively or through society.
Yeah,
And
I
that's it.
agree.
Do
Yeah,
you
I
want to
think
add something else?
the technology change, the criminals change too. We need to,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, they specialize in too.
Yeah. So I believe that we run out of time. So let's move on to the last part. So as I already said, we were talking about AI in our daily basis. It was a really interesting conversation with you, Humberto. Thank you so much for being here. Before closing our English conversation in our community, this is unbelievable. Let's switch to Portuguese to close
Ok.
this part. Então, Humberto, muito obrigado de novo por ter vindo. Muito obrigado pela força.
Eu agradeço pelo convite.
Eu espero que as próximas conversações que nós tenhamos, tenhamos também mais pessoas. Vou tentar postar mais, assim podemos atingir mais pessoas. E queria saber como que foi a sua segunda experiência na conversação, na comunidade. Como que você achou o tópico de hoje, que foi inteligência artificial? Como foi para você?
Pô, gostei demais da conversa. Como na primeira conversa, eu acho que agrega demais. Aqui, hoje, conversando sobre esse tópico, eu pude falar um pouco aqui também do meio profissional, foi legal. E tentar destravar um pouco o inglês, né? Ali, que é a principal ideia aqui da nossa conversa, né? Então, ajuda demais, te agradeço pelo convite e vamos sim divulgar aí mais para que mais pessoas venham aqui conversar com a gente.
Tomara que dê certo. Muito obrigado. Realmente foi uma conversa muito, muito legal. Tipo, o pessoal que está animado, talvez que está assistindo pelo YouTube, não é uma coisa assim estressante. Tipo, você, se não achar uma palavra que vai acontecer, né? Você tem o tempo de procurar na internet ou,
E,
se possível, alguém vai te ajudar. Já seja o Humberto pode me ajudar a mim ou posso dar aí uma ajuda para ele. E é a ideia de ter esse tipo de conversas, na verdade, como realmente nos aprendemos na vida real. Tipo, não vamos, você não vai aprender, não vai sair fluente somente ficando no livro, na caneta, né?
exatamente.
E seria isso. É,
E é isso, aqui, como você falou, não é uma escola, é uma comunidade, então é isso aí. A gente vai esquecer as palavras, vai dar tempo de procurar, senão um amigo vai ajudar e é isso aí, cara.
é isso aí. Muito obrigado, Humberto, de novo. Tenha uma boa noite e espero te ver na seguinte imersão ou conversação da nossa comunidade This is Unbelievable.
Com
Até
certeza.
mais. Tchau,
Até
tchau.
mais. Boa noite, galera. Boa noite,
Boa
Cristian.
noite.